Hello and welcome to another film review on today's. Now the movie that I am going to review today is currently playing in the theatres. I wanted to see it earlier but I was able to see it very late. The movie is Jarugandi, which is directed by A.N. Pichumani and which stars Jay, Daniel Annie Pope and Reba Monica Mohan. The movie is Pichumani's directorial debut and it has been produced by Badri Kasturi and actor Nitin Satya, who was seen in films like Chennai 28, Vasuli Raja MBBS, etc. Now Jarugandi is an unusual choice for name for this Tamil film. This is an action comedy drama that is currently playing in the theatres. The film is off to a shaky start with inadequate character establishment, and that is where the movie gets its first hit. Jay plays Satya, a smart young lower middle class man with a knack for stealing cars. The film begins with Jay's voiceover explaining how his lower middle class people have it hard in this society. Okay, agreed, they have hard in this society. So now how do they overcome it? He overcomes life's challenges to make it big. This is the crux of the whole film, but he does it in ways that are not acceptable by the society. Daniel plays Pari, Jay's friend, who helps him making a quick buck with the help of a fraudster. The film's plotline lacks a proper story and a proper message. It travels all over the place with too many characters introduced during the very first half. And honestly, if you are able to sit through this portion of muddled up characters getting introduced one after another, then you will be able to get through the second half, which is a tad bit better than what the first half is. Honestly speaking, the first half is too muddled up. You are not able to get a grip of where the story is going to go. Jarugandi, like the meaning of its name, move on, feels very rushed. It moves on from one point to another very fast. The first half especially makes little sense with too many knots that seem unnecessary. Satya and Pari get muddled up in a trafficking plot that involves the film's heroine Kirti, which is played by Reba Monica. And then Robo Shankar plays Gajendra, whose character was primarily written to elicit a few laughs. Now I'll tell you, the character barely manages to get any laughs. The songs in the film do not blend with the story. They often act as if they're a barrier to the story moving forward. There is also the cliched travel montage song, and the comedy in the action comedy is very feebly done. The comedy doesn't really tickle you much. The genderqueer bartender has been written solely for crass jokes and double meaning lines, and it is high time that Indian cinema stops with such caricatures. I will not call them characters, I will call them caricatures. Now stereotyping these kind of characters and not giving them empowered roles is what is lacking in our cinema today. Cinematography of this film might make you feel you are watching a television soap opera because the whole feel is very campy. It doesn't get to the level where you will say it's a very great movie. The action blacks, the complete action that has been done, that's been done well. The film has no real connection with the people who are sitting and watching it. You will never be able to connect, you will never be able to empathize with any problem because all of their problems seem to be very superficial, and their solution to their problems is also very superficial. Poor writing is the biggest problem with this movie, but thankfully there are no deliberately done duets or other kinds of stuff which you generally get to see in movies, and that is the saving grace. Jarugandi's villains are not smart enough either. The film's dialogue lack imagination. I can certainly say it's a movie that you can skip, but it is a no-brainer. As I've always said, I love no-brainer movies. No-brainer movies mean if I really want to have a distraction in front of me, I can go ahead and have that distraction. It's like a guilty pleasure watching. You can go ahead and watch this movie. At the end of the day, you can say it was trash, and yet inside in your heart you can say not bad. That's what I'll say. This movie you can certainly skip, but if you do go ahead and watch it without judging it. Don't become a critic. From a critic's point of view, I'll say this movie is very bad. From a viewer's point of view, I'll say, hey, this is good. Doesn't tax me too much. So mixed kind of a review. So if you want to enjoy a movie for the pure enjoyment of the cinema, you can go ahead and watch this movie. This movie will never hit 5 in any department. This will always be 2.5, 3 in any department, be it acting, be it cinematography, be it story, be it anything, but a constant 2.5. So that is the kind of movie that it is. It never goes to the point of 1, and that saves the movie. So my judgment, 2.5, solid 2.5. Viewers point of view, I'll say public common appeal, I'll give it as high as 3.5 so far as mass appeal is in consideration. So this is my judgment for the movie. I am Anupam Sinha. This is today's, and you are our dear viewers. Thank you.